Hiya guys, and welcome back to Aid's Workshop. Where do we start? A bit of viewer mail. We normally do these as an intro to most of the stuff we do. So I've had some stickers arrive, more stickers for the sticker board. Thankfully they're not too large because the sticker board here is getting a bit full. So from Billy at Knox Machining. YouTube channel again, Knox Machining. I love these stickers. I do like the drill bit. It's very simple, Knox Machining. So Billy does, it's like a community workshop, like a maker space. We don't have that sort of thing in the UK. So I'm a bit sort of oblivious to what that is, but I believe it's a workshop where different people can come in and, you know, use the machinery, that sort of thing. And I think Billy has set this sort of thing up. Knox Machining, it's in Knoxville in the US. And the sort of workshop is Knox, as you can see, knoxmakers.org. So check it out, guys. Interesting. I do like the concept of a sort of shared maker space. I think it's a shame we don't have that in the UK. And Billy sent me one of his Memoji stickers as well. So I believe Billy looks a bit like that. So that's that. So moving on. So Billy, thanks for the stickers. Right, my mates at Pedal Box, which would be Chris and Aid, have sent me the Pedal Box mug, which is brilliant. I do admire what they're doing. They're building up. Just check it out, guys. It's Pedal Box on YouTube. You can see for yourself if you like car-related stuff. They've got all sorts of American cars that they're restoring in the UK. They're building a kit car. And one of their slogans is, "Fun is better than good." And I agree. Have fun, pretty much, is my sort of ethos on running a YouTube channel. As long as it's fun, keep doing it. So that's that. I do have some fingernails left, even though I'm into engineering. Right, let's find a little spot. Here we go. Right above Rusty Knox. You're in good company there, guys. So Knox Machining are on the sticker board. Let's zoom you in. Can you see it? Let's have a look. Oh, it's above Rusty. Now you can't see it, look. There you go. So Billy, you're on the board. So, in the previous episode, we made the end caps for the cylinder and we set up, I showed two methods of setting up a centralization for the milling machine on a spindle bore. So in this episode, we're going to do the 6 holes on a 7/8 PCD in the 2 end caps. So, enjoy, guys. So, 6 holes on a 7/8 PCD. Obviously, 6 holes are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We need to make sure that we don't try and put a hole here and bugger up the steam port. So our orientation of the 6 holes is going to be left and right in X, and then others would be in this sort of zone. So that's where the holes will be in the cylinder. And obviously, well, it's not that important with the lid, but you know, they're going to orientate to match those. So, okay. So my plan being, if there's any rattle in this, okay, any movement around, not important with this end, but with the other end certainly is, because the cylinder comes through a hole in the middle. So what I'm going to do on the other end, when I come to, whoops, dropped it, when I come to bolt this on, is I'm going to bolt it on in place, and then when I'm on 0, 0 the cylinder bore, that's the point at which I'm going to drill the centre. I'm sure it's not going to be out, but it'll give me a fighting chance of having the hole in the centre of this cap perfectly concentric with the centre of the bore. So, this ends our dummy run. So 7/8. So my offset left and right to start with is going to be 437.5 thou. And the holes, let me just refer back to the drawing, are, I can't see, 2 seconds, I will see them in a moment, 7BA. Okay, I'm going to write that down. On a 7/8 PCD, yeah. So there's basically 7BA, 7/8 PCD, and the left and right holes, as we look at them, are 437.5 thou. So straightforward enough. I'm going to put up my small chuck now, and we're going to drill the first 2 holes. So the tapping drill for 7BA is 2.05. This centre drill has a pilot on it of 1.5 millimeters. So happy days. So I'm just going to pilot that first hole. Just going to refer back to the drawing, see if there's a depth mentioned. 1/4 deep. Okay. So yeah, no problem with me taking this pilot right in until I get a tiny taper. So a little brush I think we need. Let's find a little brush. So I'm right on the edge of the dot that I drew on with a pen. Okay. And now the other direction, 437.5. Let me come around the back of the camera. And 437.5. That's it. Just want a little bit of the taper on the centre drill. Okay, so that's hole number 1 and 2. Right, I'm going to drill and tap all 6 of these holes first. I could use a DRO for this, but what I'm going to actually do is go the old school method and use the plotting chart out of the Zeus book. So I've basically put these 2 holes in. We're at 90 degrees to this, but don't worry about that. Okay, so my distance up here is going to be A. I've got a formula here, 0.43301. So if I multiply 0.43301 by the PCD, which is the diameter, which is 0.875, that comes to 0.37888. So I need to move up. Let me bring you back to the part. So I need to bring the machine or the part towards me by 0.37888. And bearing in mind I'm on 0. So 0.37888, which is 378. That's as close as I can get. Okay, so I'm locking that. It's 0.379 on my DRO. Okay. So, now I need my offset left and right. The figure in the Zeus book shows multiply a half. So it's half of the way out, but these 2 are. These 2 were 437.5. So my distance now from my 0, the centre point, is halfway out to what the original was. So that's 21875. So I'll just screw back across to 219, something like that. Two 187. That's close enough. So another hole. Okay, now that was in minus 218. I'm going to go plus 218. Just turning my hand wheel. $2187. And as you can see, the position of the holes completely misses the steam port. Just want to get the taper in a touch. There Give me set a 0 there. Okay, I'll do the same on the others now. Okay, so back the other way now. So in Y, I'm still on 218. I want to go the other way by the same amount, which was 0.37888. That's 3789. I've set a 0 on depth now, so I haven't got to look. Okay, and then 218 back the other way, and that's going to be give me my 6 center drilled holes on the correct PCD, yeah, pitch circle diameter. So where am I going? 21875 this way. Okay. What I'm going to do now is place the cap on, and I'm going to drill the first hole in the cap. Then I'm going to open it up for the clearance on the bolt, and I'm going to bolt this down, and I'm going to do the same pattern on this cap. Now I could clamp it down, but what I'm going to do is drill the first one and then bolt it down. So I'm just going to hold the cap and mark a spot. Okay, there we go. So that's a hole done. So brilliant. I know where my 0s are, everything like that. What I can do is take that cap away, and I've got one hole, and I know it's this one here. I'm just going to mark it. There is my 0. So I'm going to stop the chuck, and I'm going to change over to the tapping drill for these 6 holes, and I'm going to drill and tap the 6 holes. 2188. Good. So 7BA tap, little button, tap follower. So all 6 holes are tapped. I've got my datum, so I'm going to come away, maybe up a little with the quill. I've got a couple of parallels stuck on top of my vise. Let's get over here somewhere. In fact, okay. Number 38 drill, clearance for 7BA. I can hold this. And there we go. That's the clearance hole. So what I'm going to do now, that I've got the clearance hole in, I'm just going to, with a 4mm drill bit, just put a little chamfer on both sides. Yep, that's good. And I'm going to place it back on there. And I'm going to bolt it down in that location. Then I'm going to go back and center drill the other holes. So just located the cap. That's a 7BA spanner on a little 7BA bolt that came with the kit. So what I'm going to do now is do the diagonally opposite one. And we'll drill the hole and go through that procedure. Get 2 down, and then we'll center the lot. We'll see how it goes on the first one. If it's not too jittery, I'll do the lot. So 3788. That's there. And then 2188. There it is down there. There we go. So we know that's directly over the tapped hole that's underneath. Well, that didn't move at all. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the lot. So 2188 the other way. Okay, so now I've taken the correct cap, gone through the same procedure as I did on this one, and bolted that on. So next step is going to be to flip the part, or the cylinder, 180, drill the tapped holes for this cap, which is the important one, fit the cap, and then we're going to do the drilling and tapping for the stuffing gland and for the cylinder, or for the piston, or the piston rod. So I flip the cylinder round the other way up, and basically I reclocked the bore, so I know that my spindle is dead central to the bore, and I fitted the cap. And I've also locked down, obviously there's no gasket in there at the moment, I've locked down the 7B8 bolts. I didn't show the drilling of that, it's exact repetition of what we did on the other side. But I put two little centre dots. The other side isn't as important as this end, because we need a central hole that's in line with the bore, so that the piston rod and the piston are all in line with the bore, and we've got no biasing one way or the other. Okay, so I got two little dots on there, so that when I take it all apart, what have you, it'll always go back on in this orientation. Obviously it will go 6 ways, but if there is any discrepancy between the spigot on the top here and the boss on the underside, at least I know that it's going to be central about. Yeah, so I'm basically, it's a bit like sort of line boring it. We're doing the 2-in-1 operation to a certain degree. So first step, centre drill through here, and I'm going to drill and ream it 1/8 of an inch. Well, the good news is that centre drill does look central about on that spigot. Okay, so having centre drilled it, straight through with a 3mm drill. Gently, gently. Careful on the breakthrough. Nearly there. Okay. So I just pulled out the piece of stock that I was given in the kit, and I thought before I ream this hole I'll just give it a measure just to make sure that it's not undersize. And well, yeah, I mean it's 124 and change, 124.25 mil, 124 1/4 thou. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to drill this 3.1 and just see if it fits. It should be very, very close. I do want, you know, sort of thou clearance, because there's a stuffing gland goes in here. But yeah, I think 3.2 might be just a couple of thou, or, you know, half a thou, or 1/8 ream. It might be a little bit bigger than I want. So I'm going to try a 3.1 drill first. Let me just grab that. Oh, wrong tin. 3.1. Now, where are you? Okay. I got a 3.1 drill. So I'm just going to gently, gently okay. Don't know if I got room. The end of this rod's been nipped off. Looks like it's been ground off or nipped off with a pair of snips. I might just take this to the lathe and dress the end up so I got a true end on it. Okay, so just faced the end of the rod and just dressed a little radius on the end just to give me a better reading. Okay, so it may fit, it may not. No. Okay, so 3.2 drill. We'll try that. Okay, that's a 3.2. So I think it looks like I could have gone with the 8th reamer. Oh, yeah, that fits. Okay, right, there we are. We're going to call that size. I'm not going to mess with that now. As I say, there is a stuffing gland that's going to be turned, and it's going to go into a thread, which is what we're going to do next. So, drawing calls for, let me have a look at the drawing. The drawing calls for a quarter 32 TPI, 732 deep. So I knew this was coming, and I've got a quarter 32 TPI tap and die set. So, tapping drill for that, I think is 5.4 mil. So that's what we're going to do next. I've got a 5.4 drill. Here we are. 5.4. Can I get in there without rising the head? No. Okay, let me just set a 0 on my Z-axis on the head. Just unlock it. Wind it back up. Okay, it was only a few turns. A little bit more. We should be okay. I've gone up. Yeah, let's come down a bit closer. Okay, I only went up 300 thou, so it shouldn't make much difference to position. So we'll slow things down. I think I'll go from touch. I'm going to go down 732. Is it 732? Just checking. Yeah, from touch I'll go down 732, which is, just trying to think now, 219 thou. I'll just write that down, 0.219. So from touch, I'll set a 0 and drill down 219 thou. So let's do that. There's a 0. Okay. That's 100 deep. $200 and 19. Okay. Yeah, I can just get it out of there. Right, so tap it now. So I got this quarter 32 tap and die set. I think we'll do 3 steps. Now the plug tap here. Well, I don't think the taper's going to do a lot for me at all. I think that's going to bottom out before it touches anything. The second tap's got a really long point on. It would work, and the plug tap has got quite a long point on it as well. So I think we're going to have to do a little bit of tap modification again. Right, okay. I think we'll do a... Will it fit in the truck? Yes. So, without moving anything. It is cutting. Appears to have bottomed out there. I don't think it's actually cutting anything. I think it's bottoming out before the taper engages. I may try the second. Let's just see what this does. That's bottomed. Probably after about a turn. Yeah, I'm just starting to get the beginnings of a thread. I'll try the plug tap. I can see me having to grind the point off the second tap, I think. it's cutting. Going a little further, that's bottomed. Just easing the pressure off. Okay, we're starting to get some thread in there now. I think what I'm going to do is grind the point off this plug tap. So there's the plug tap with the point ground off. Let's just get back to where I feel the resistance. Yep, there. So it's just starting to cut again. And I think that's bottomed. Okay, well there we have it, a 1/4 32 thread in there by 732 deep, and I can see down in the hole that it's going down as far as the taper that the drill bit left. So that's happiness. So yeah, sometimes you've got to adapt the little tools to do a suitable job. That's why I went with the plug tap, grinding that off, because it's more likely that I'm going to be bottoming with the plug tap, and the other two in standard sort of form. Okay, so I'll put this drill away now I remember. So okay, there's the cylinder with its 2 end caps fitted, looking good. Not much left to do on this. Just looking at this space here, we haven't got the holes in here yet for the steam chest and the steam chest cover to fit on here. So I think that's going to be the next job. We can pretty much say that's the cylinder completed, other than the piston and rod. So yeah, I'm tempted to go on and do the piston and rod next, as I've got the rod here. Let's just, okay, yeah, there's the rod in the cylinder. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that next, but I think I'll go on and do the holes for the steam chest and the steam chest cover. So when I was talking about my mates at Pedalbox, yeah, it was something that really tickled me, and it was a lovely gesture. So I forgot to mention that it was either Chris or Aid made me up a is that the right way around? I don't know which way it's going to appear on camera. It's either that way or that way. It's a YouTube play button for getting to the 10,000. Now, many of you might know, if you get to 100,000, I think it is, subscribers, YouTube send you this plaque with a silver play button. And I think it's a gold one when you get to 1 million. But one of the two of them, or both of them, thought it would be a nice gesture to make a metal play button for me, which I think for my workshop is more appropriate than silver or gold. Anyway, so what they've done, they've cut out a piece of steel, and there's a flame cut or hacksawed off and ground and stuck on there. I've got this metal play button, and you know what, guys, that is pride of place for me, and I am so thrilled that you did this for me. Thank you so much. And you know what, little things, mates, little things like this make the world of difference to many, many people in this world. It's a small gesture. It probably took them an hour or two to make, you know, so yeah, fair play, and it is more than appreciated. So thank you, guys. So that's Chris and Aid at Pedalbox. Thank you so much, guys. So I quite enjoyed doing that PCD setup on there. Yeah, my DRO will do it, and I do know how to do it using the DRO to with the coordinates and what have you. But I thought, for those of you without DROs, who probably know how to do it, the ones of you that have got DROs, so I thought I'd do it the old school way using the coordinates. That's that. Right, okay. So we're getting sort of close to the end of this project. There's a long way to go yet. So I think next we're going to make the piston and rod. I'm quite looking forward to that. Now there's a few methods for the seals on the piston and rod. I think I'm just going to go to drawing. I'm going to put the grooves in as shown, and that's the way I'm going to do it. There's ways you can do it with, you know, various bits of packing materials to make the seal in the piston. But if I don't get it right first time, I'll make another piston. We'll get the fit just right, and we'll try and get it to work. And once we've put it all together and tried it under a sort of low pressure compressed air, if it's leaking air too much, then I might go down a different route. But in the meantime, it's the first one of these I've made, so we'll see. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for subscribing, and we will see you all very soon. Cheers now.